So here I am in Ghosts of Tabor, and I'm about to show you how the Wield VR OneStock works in this game. Let's say you are in the game and you want to use, let's say, World 2 Mosin Nagant or this SKS here, which is a lot more flat design, like the shoulder stock and the grip is in a completely different angle to the more modern guns that have pistol grips. So what you do with the OneStock is you bring up the SKS without calibrating for the different game types, the different gun types in the menu. In the calibration menu, there is option to calibrate for hold actions, for LMGs, for rifles, shotguns, SMGs, and snipers. So there are calibrations again. So with the SKS, all you pretty much need to do is take the cheek rest, put it into the lowest position, grab the front of the SKS, and the sides align perfectly. Right. If I want to do a minor adjustment, I can tilt my front hand down just a little bit, and it's perfect for the SKS. So this is something that is very easily doable even during the race. When picking up, finding a new weapon, picking it up, adjusting the hand position just a little bit. If you want to get the cheek rest perfect, it's doable really easily and without that much of a hassle. And while even aiming, I can still like fine-tune the friction joint to basically find the perfect grip angle. I basically draw the parallel with the friction joints that we have is like if you're using a pair of headphones where there's like two swivels. The headphones they turn this way and this way. So when you put them on, they perfectly align to your head and they feel comfortable. So with the OneStock, compared to any sort of a rigid gunstock design that doesn't have the 2-axis controller rotation, we see that as a very big upgrade over those designs, and it's something that really elevates the experience, and it's definitely one of the biggest strengths that our product has. So not only does it allow you to fine-tune your sights alignment for each shape and size of gun, it allows you to also fine-tune your wrist ergonomics so that you don't get carpal tunnel while playing for hours. It could be a little bit further forward for the SKS to be exactly perfect, so that I can like when I grip it, I can see the grip point and use that as a reference, like where the front hand should be. So let's say I take this MP5 now, which is a lot shorter, and my gunstock is configured for the SKS. Now when I bring my hand to the gunstock, it's actually, the grip is all the way back here instead of all the way in front of here. So again, if I switch to this MP5, I would need to bring my hand to the grip point and then find the control mount on the gunstock. And as you can see, the gun is getting pretty much like weird. So in the OneStock, I can just, when I grab the MP5, bring it up, I open the flip latch, I bring my hand to the control mount, I rotate my hand, and I can adjust the length and the angle at the same time, close the latch to finalize the movement, and now the MP5, again the sides, when I grip the front grip, the sides stay almost perfectly still. And again, as the SKS was a more flat design, where the front hand was horizontal and not vertical, I need to adjust the height of the cheek rest here if I want to utilize the cheek weld. Now that that's done, the MP5 is perfect again. So if I take the gunstock that is now configured for the MP5, it aligns perfectly to the AK as well. But the height is perfect, but the length is not. So I can again like open the flip latch, adjust the length, and the AK is aligned perfectly. Now, what happens if I take the sight off? The red dot. Again, since the height of the sight line that I'm looking through changes, now with the AK, I need to either adjust my forward hand down to light the sights, or I can adjust the cheek rest height and have my forward hand a little bit higher. And either of those two ways produces the perfect side image. And keep in mind that this was done all the way without any calibrations. So if you do follow the calibrations and if you want to make things perfect, you can, but with the OneStock it's not necessary. So the OneStock is the only VR Gunstock in the world that gets you perfect side alignment. And even with the Gunstock mode enabled, like if I want to have my sights point perfectly in the direction, in the same direction, whether I'm gripping the forward hand or not, if I take my hand off, I take it back, the sights stay pretty much like on target all the time. That is only possible with the OneStock. No other Gunstock in the world does that. So it only allows you to adapt the shape and size to any gun in the game world without spending hours in the calibration menus. And every time you pick up a new gun, it's only a minor tweak, like to a hand angle or something or the cheek rest height to get the sight image perfect. So the OneStock really is a revolutionary accessory device for games like this, where previously you had to settle for like one shape, one option, one size, and then go into the calibration menus and make everything like fit into that lowest common denominator. Not anymore. With the OneStock, everything works perfectly for every use case, for every preference that you might have.